Hey everyone, Kim Levinsky here. It is Monday, June 27th. Had to check, I'm very jumbled on days. I'm out here in my truck in the driveway, and I thought I'd record a video. This is actually the third take of this video because each time I've recorded it, it's ended in a lot of crying. So, third time's a charm. So let's see if we can get through this one. It has been a whirlwind. Let me set the stage of this so you can understand what's going on. It's been a whirlwind since Tahoe ended. Tahoe race ended on Tuesday, and we flew back on Wednesday, but had a nightmare of a travel experience. Me and the two Jersey girls, we got stuck in Dallas overnight. The connecting flight was canceled. We had to reschedule. One of those situations where you don't have clothing with you, you're staying overnight. We got a hotel. I mean, it was one of those nightmare travel stories. So didn't end up getting back to Jersey until by the time I got my truck at my friend's house, and I had to sleep a little bit because my eyeballs are falling out of their sockets. I didn't get home until Thursday evening, and then really just had about a day in between that and the Sassquad race, my trail running company. This was the weekend of our midnight Squatchapalooza event, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It's an overnight race that is 12 hours long from midnight to noon. And you're probably saying, Kim, you idiot, why would you schedule that? But it's just the way the calendar worked out. I had the choice to schedule it either right before Tahoe 200 or right afterwards, and I knew the grind of the race, it was better to do it afterwards because I didn't want to go into Tahoe having done an overnight event of race directing. And so unfortunately, that's just the way the chips fell. So I am so behind on sleep. My sleep deficit is really bad right now. Today was the first day that I've just been able to be home. I think last night after the race I slept for 13 hours, and then this afternoon I slept for 5. I just got up and I went to the grocery store because there's no food in my house. You can probably see back there, there's water coolers and stuff still from the race. I haven't unpacked anything. I'm gonna tackle that tomorrow. I didn't have it in me to do it today. So that's kind of the background on this. Okay, but I wanted to come on and share some thoughts about Tahoe 200 while they're fresh and raw and real before more time goes by. Eventually I will put all of the videos and the pictures and clips together to do a Tahoe 200 video of the race experience. But I wanted to come on here and share a little bit. And I wanted to mention too, tomorrow night on Tuesday, June 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing an interview on the Sassquad Facebook Live. My friend Matt Klein, who did the Triple Crown, he's going to interview me, so I'm in the hot seat, and we're going to chat about Tahoe 200. So I am really looking forward to that. Not only to see my friends, but just to start, reminiscing and sharing the stories so that they stick in my brain. Because right now I feel like I'm so lacking in sleep. My brain is half functioning. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I think it's going to be a really valuable experience for me. And I know a lot of people want to hear about the Tahoe experience. So I'm looking forward to sharing with that. So you can watch that on Facebook Live. I'll pull the video from it and put it on YouTube here. And then Sassquad has a podcast, so the audio will be loaded onto the podcast later this week. But anyway, just want to share a few thoughts on Tahoe 200. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to summarize, how do you, when people have been asking me, how was it? I've kind of just been staring blankly a little bit, and it's really difficult to describe how the experience was. The word I keep coming back to is incredible. I know that's not really very descriptive, but incredible, intense, extreme, amazing. I mean, these words don't do justice as to what happened. It took 96 hours, 14 minutes. And throughout most of the race, I was telling my crew, I'm not going to do this again. You know, one is enough. This was a great experience, but I'm not going to do it again. I remember telling Robin I remember the moment we were coming down into the Tunnel Creek aid station, and I said, Robin, I want you to remember this moment right now. Look me in the eyes, hear me say, I'm not doing this again. And she said, okay, Kim, okay. She smiled. I remember saying the same thing to Dina. I remember telling her we were making our way to Spooner Summit aid station, saying, I don't want to do this again, but I feel like in a couple days my tune is going to change. And there was one other moment when I was talking with a runner. His name is Will. I don't know his last name. I was calling him Shavasana Will because it's a whole nother story, but he was comparing 200-mile races to Shavasana in yoga. Anyway, it's another story, but I was telling him, I was like, Will, there's no way. I'm not doing it again. I'm not going to do it again. This was a great time, but one and done. That's it. And he turned around and he looked at me and he smiled and he said, okay, Kim. Okay. You can say that now, but I'm telling you it's not how it's going to play out. I said, nope, Will, you're wrong. I know what's going to happen. I'm not doing this again. And again, he smiled and he said, okay, Kim, I'm just letting you know I've done several of these 200s and that happens to me too. I'm in the race and I say I'm not going to do it again. And then a day later, I'm signing up for another event. And fine. Okay. All right. I'm telling all you people who said it would be like that. Will, my friend Matt, you were right. It was about 24 hours. I don't even know if we hit 24 hours after the race. And I was saying to my crew that I would do it again. And I want to do it again. Which is unreal because I was so confident that I didn't want to do it again. So, man. Yeah, I just wanted to share some thoughts on Tahoe here. I can remember during the race when crew was asking, like, how is it going? How are you feeling? What's it like? I remember just saying to them that it's the most intense experience that I've ever had. These thoughts are not going to be tied together or coherent or organized in any fashion, so I apologize. I'm going to be jumping around a lot, but I just remember thinking, like, wow, the highs and the lows are so extreme. And I remember saying, like, this can't even compare to a 100-mile race. Like, I remember highs and lows in hundreds, but during the 200, they were just so much more extreme on either end of the pendulum, and they just kept happening over and over and over again. And I think that's something I wish I had, like, mentally prepared for better, because when you're in it, like, when you're in that moment of, like, feeling super low, for me personally, I just found it was so hard to keep that perspective of, like, okay, you're feeling this way now, but this is not permanent, and you're gonna come out of this, you're gonna climb out of this, there's gonna be another high. And I think, honestly, like, I remember telling Robin after the power lines that if anybody wanted to experience if you want to experience what depression is like, all you gotta do is do one of these 200-mile races, because that is the best way I can describe the highs and the lows and how you're feeling when you're suffering during the 200. You know, the third night was really challenging. It was really hard. And I just remember moments feeling like this is never going to end and I'm never going to come out of this. And like, with depression, there's so many of those moments. But of course you come out of it, and I'm so thankful for crew, because, I mean, man, people do this alone, solo runners, props. That's incredible. I know I don't have the mental strength to do that. I don't have the emotional fortitude to do that. Maybe one day, if I keep equipping myself with stuff I'm learning in therapy and all that, but my crew really helped me with that. And I remember Dina telling me before the race that the problems that come up are solvable, even if they seem impossible. You know, we're going to work together to solve them. And that happened time and time and time and time again during Tahoe 200. Things would come up, issues would come up, you know, but working together with the crew, and I know the crew worked together to problem solve so many things. That was an amazing experience. It really was. It was a really amazing experience to be a part of something like that. I wanted to mention too that something that helped me so much throughout Tahoe 200 was when my crew was telling me, like, Kim, there's so many people supporting you. Every time they did that at Tahoe, I cried. I'm like crying. I cry now when I think about it. The amount of people that were supporting me throughout the race it's staggering. And I haven't been able to go through everything on social media yet, because it's been so emotional reading through the things that people put online. And they were, you know, this is mostly in the Sassquad trail running group. I'm really touched by it. I'm blown away by it. Throughout the race, my crew would say, like, Kim, there's so many people pulling for you right now. And that meant the world to me, and it really helped me keep going. And it was really special this weekend when we had the midnight Squatchapalooza for Sassquad at the race. So many people came up to me and just said, I can't even say what they said. It was just really touching, and I'm just so thankful for the words they shared with me. That's something that is a huge takeaway for me about Tahoe 200, is the gratitude I have for the community that I'm plugged into. Because there's been times in my life where I haven't had that, and having it now is something that I just don't want to take it for granted. And it meant so much to me during Tahoe and the post race experience. Having that community is incredible, because and this is what I want to share too, is that, again, like the race, like the highs that I feel right now, and the joy and the sense of accomplishment and the gratitude, it's like equally matched with the lows of the race being over. And I have really been caught off guard by that. I'm not sure what I was expecting, because I've never done this before. I mean, I know with like other races that I've done, I mean, pretty much any ultra I've done, I've felt like there's that post-race letdown. I feel it with Sassquad events. Like, when I'm race directing, there's the build, the preparation, all the work that goes into it, and you race direct and it's amazing. And then when it's over, you're like, it's a letdown. And I figured that I was going to experience that with Tahoe. I have severely underestimated how difficult that was going to be. I just can't believe like how sad I am that it's over. And this is the part in the last two videos I've recorded where I've had to stop because I've been just really emotional about it. But yeah, I can't believe how sad I am. I want to keep it real because you know, I watched, there's like other Tahoe videos online, there's race reports online, and I haven't really found a lot of people talking about this part of it. But I know that I'm not alone in it because I've talked with a couple other friends. My friend Ellie, he's from the Philly area, and then my friend Lainey is from South Jersey. I know that they're feeling these similar emotions. Again, I am aware that I'm in a very big sleep deficit right now. I am aware that it's been a crazy whirlwind of a post-race Tahoe thing with the traveling and the Sassquad race and all that. I know that. But I can't believe how sad I am that it's over. I think just because like we put so much time into it and it's been the sole focus for so long. 2 years of focusing on this goal and investing and sacrificing and all that. Yeah, I'm sad. I'm sad about it. I can compare it, I think, a little bit to my senior year of college, way back when athletics ended. I played 2 sports in college, and it's reminding me a little bit of that because it's that there's the similar experience of like you invested so much time, years in your life into something, and then it's over. But yesterday when I was driving home from the Sassquad race, and I'll be honest, I was bawling my eyes out thinking about Tahoe. A thought came into my mind it's been really helpful for me to like just come back to this. That like, man, what a beautiful thing to feel, to have these feelings, like to feel sad and like to feel this intense joy and this intense sadness about something, because it means that it was like a really special experience. And when I think about that, I'm filled with so much gratitude. Like I'm just so thankful for the experience. I'm thankful for everything I'm taking away from Tahoe. I think it's going to take a very long time to process what happened over the 4 days. In a lot of ways, I feel like I'm leaving. I left Tahoe with more questions than answers. I mean, I certainly wasn't expecting to find like the meaning of life at Tahoe, but yeah, I'm just really thankful for the experience. I'm thankful for, the highs were actually, of course they were amazing. But the lows, I think, I remember telling Robin that when it was after the big power line climb, that was probably like the lowest point of the race for me. There was some stuff going on, and a lot of it I'm not going to share because it is very personal. But I think one of the things that I wasn't expecting to happen at Tahoe, which did, was, and I'm having trouble like articulating what the experience was like, but I feel like during the 200 miles, I had this clarity, and I'm not going to get all like woo-woo, you know, whatever. But there was this clarity that I've never experienced before in my life. And I think that it was just like the intensity of the experience, the physical strain of, you know, enduring for that long, doing something physically very difficult. Honestly, I feel like Tahoe 200, I feel like I could be in therapy for 5 years and wouldn't experience or have the clarity of mind that Tahoe gave me. And I don't know if that really makes sense at all, but personally, it's very, very, very hard for me to open up and to be vulnerable and to be in touch with thoughts that are deep down. And I feel like Tahoe just like, it stripped that away, being out there for 4 days. And I think those are the things that it's going to take a long time for me to process, because yeah, it was just a lot going on. I don't even think I'm making sense anymore. If that makes sense to you, then that's great. In my brain, it makes sense. But, man. Anyway, it was incredible. I am so thankful for the experience. That's what I want to communicate here on this video. I think that the interview tomorrow night is going to be a lot better than whatever the heck this just was for the last 10-15 minutes. I think I'm just mumble jumbling. But yeah, that's it. Let's shut it down. We're going to shut it down right here. I want to say thanks to my crew. I can't even say thanks. I'm just going to say thanks right there, and hopefully tomorrow night I can communicate that a little bit more with the interview. But interviews tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Bring your tissues. I know I'm bringing my tissues. But I'm looking forward to it. There's going to be a lot more laughing and just reminiscing the good and the bad. And then eventually probably take a couple of weeks, but I am going to put together the videos and the pictures from Tahoe into a little montage thing, because I would like to share that. So that is it. Let's shut it down. We'll catch you on the next update. See ya.